Moderator of your trading room. Can I get a quick sound check, please? Excellent. Okay, well, guys, another topsy-turvy day, maybe. I noticed that the SPY was down this morning, trying to put a bit of a rally here. Of course, we had a ripper yesterday, right at the end of the day. Let's take a look at the SPY at the end of the day. Right here, this was just a ripping rally. I think the market was up 1,200 points. See what happens today. The market is a little bit soft, but it's recovering a little bit. The market is negative territory as we speak, but it looks like it's trying to recover. So let's see what is happening this morning. So big buyout this morning, QGen. QGen got bought out by TMO. A nice premium. So there's QGen. MITO, MITO. MITO has gapped up on, let's see, they received rare pediatric disease designation from the FDA. So that's the reason why MITO is gapped up. It's a low float. This could be really active. I mean, obviously it already is, but it has room. Look at that weekly chart. It definitely has some room left. So I'll have to see again once the market opens. IGT, some earnings plays. IGT, a little gap up for it on earnings. Released pre-market, so it's right there, up 12%. Not that much volume yet, but you can also see another, I mean, if it wants to, there's a huge void for it to fill. SE is a gap up on earnings also. This has room. Now there's the, looks like there's the lifetime high up in this area, 52.49. KSS, another one that is gapped up on earnings. Kohl's, KSS. Another earnings play, Wi-Fi. Boingo or Wireless. Again, it remains to be seen whether these are going to hold their gaps. And INO's been ripping this morning. Virus news for it. Pulling back somewhat now. 575 was the high. And man, now this one, I'm really interested in this one. Tilray, guys, earnings, lifetime low now. Lifetime low for Tilray. TLRY. Yeah, don't talk to me, Frank. You're going to have to talk to, I mean, I have got nothing to do with it. I mean, I'm not trying to pass the buck here, but, you know, that is more of a tech support. So please send it to info@trade-ideas.com, okay? Interactive Brokers does have, let's see, how many shorts now? Yeah, they're dwindling. When I first looked this morning, there were about 40-odd thousand. Now there are 27,000. So, well, my bias has to be short for Tilray. I mean, it's a lifetime low now. It's earnings play. I mean, it's just getting clobbered again. I mean, that's my bias. But Beyond Meat, BYND. Nice gap up for it. Up almost 5%. Beyond Meat, BYND, over that magic, well, right at that magic 100. Yeah, Omer is a little gap up. I think this is an earnings play, post-market. So this is an earnings play. Omer, O-M-E-R, is an earnings play. I looked at this, could be some resistance right around 15, so not that far away. CANF. CANF is another. I'm sorry, it's not an earnings play. CNF is up. I don't see any specific reason for it being up, but it is up. CANF. Cannabis play. And GNMK, sort of a double one here. This is a virus play plus its earnings, an earnings play also. Okay, so a couple things it has going for it. Well, my guess in excess is if you did a search on Mito, you would see, but I will tell you, it's gapped up on because they've received FDA designation for their rare pediatric disease designation. Okay, you know, I probably could have done a Google search on that. Just check the news. And again, I'm not trying to be mean, but you know, the more self-sufficient people can become when they're trading, the better it is. I don't think I've ever seen this one. CleanSpark, CLSK. This is a big gap. 143,000 shares also. Really? Okay, let me take a look. I mean, I definitely found it. You know what? I apologize. This is one of these ones yeah, on the Trade Ideas news it has nothing yet, so I do apologize. I'm actually using in IB's headline news also. I have it side by side. This is one of these ones I think where they had a name change, and when they do that, for some reason, our data provider doesn't have any information, and I've already talked to the developers about that, and they are aware of it, and they're trying to fix it. It's like space, the same thing with space. I mean, it's crazy. You look for news in space, and there's nothing. So I'm just going to give another prod to. Okay. All right, so yeah, so this CLSK is a very low float, 3.3 million in the float. Announces 467% increase, and so this is kind of I guess this is an earnings play. We don't have anything for earnings on it. Where are they out of? Bountiful, Utah. Isn't there a movie title with that in that? Bounty? Going back to Bountiful or something? Anyway. Okay, so this appears that I don't know if this is a pre-release or what. Anyway, so it's sort of an earnings play. And that's for the CLSP. Sorry, the CLSK. Now, I'm going to be interested today also to see whether or not we're still having problems with people coming into the room and not seeing, maybe only seeing half my screen. The developer, I've changed browsers. You guys can have whatever browser you want, but it's an experiment right now. The developer suggested we try that. So anyway, we'll see what happens. When you say you see news and trade ideas, when you click on the symbols, you don't. What do you mean by that? Are you saying, well, for instance, for that one that we just talked about, the Mito? When you say you see news, what do you mean by that? Because we have no data here when I click on the news. I don't know, Chris. It's possible. That's correct, MK. If you have relative volume in the pre-market, you will have no results. Okay. If you have the relative volume filter active in the pre-market with any of your scans, you will receive no results. Okay. So let me make sure I understand what you're saying completely. When you click on Mito, you have data. Really? So it doesn't say no data like mine does. It's kind of interesting. Let me just see if I do a little reset. Interesting. You know what it is? Well, I'm on a development version. I'm going to have to, so maybe the older version. Okay, thank you. Yeah, we had a big outage last night. Some circuit breaker, I think, broke, and so failed, and our servers went down, and they came back pretty rapidly. You know, I couldn't get into our website. I couldn't do anything, but it came back fairly rapidly. But they do say that they're, and I think maybe that's one of the things that might have happened is that if you had some swing trades in your paper trading account, they disappeared. Otherwise, I believe we're back to normal. No, zero to do with Robinhood. Zero to do with Robinhood. All right, it is 9:18, so let me go and okay, so it's possible, Poe, that you're on another server because yeah, the charts are okay for me. It's possible you're on. You see, we have several servers, so it's possible you're on a server that is still. Look at Flex, guys. Flex is no volume yet, but so it's possible that you're on a server that unfortunately is taking more time to recover because of the outage last night for us. All right, let me take a look to see what sort of upgrades and downgrades we have this morning. Again, we have way more upgrades and downgrades, just like yesterday. Of course, yesterday's big increase was attributed to, in the market, was attributed to the interest rates lowering globally and all, trying to inject some stimulus into the markets. So let me just get some of these upgrades in and some of the downgrades in. Yeah, Tesla has a big upgrade this morning. It's up a lot this morning, dollar-wise anyway. Pretty good percent too for it, for a $700 stock. Just a couple more to go. All right, there are some of the upgrades from briefing.com this morning, and I'll get, I think it is, well, if you go to the website, David, you'll see, but the latest beta, I'm not sure what the latest beta is, to be honest. Maybe 0.36 or 0.134, okay. It's just not on the chart, it's not on the website. I believe you're right, though. I think it's 4.2.134. You'll know you have the latest beta if you have a buy and sell buttons in your chart. Okay, that is the latest beta. If you don't have the buy and sell buttons in the charts, then you know that you do not have the latest beta. That's a for sure. Just getting some of the downgrades in right now. Oops. And 2 more to go, and we are done with the upgrades and downgrades from briefing.com this morning. Okay, so there's Flex on the move, but no volume yet. Okay, the CLSK is actually, it's given up quite a bit. That's a big percentage drop from almost 4 down to almost 3, almost 25% drop. So it may have run its course already. So today, again, just for those of you who are new, welcome to the room. And if you want to follow along my watch list up and down, click on New, Channel Bar, and there are my windows right there. Click on my windows. Now, remember, everything in a channel bar is a layout. So before you do that, please save your layout to the cloud. You can only have one layout loaded at a time, so your layout will disappear the minute you click on any layout and anything from a channel bar. And of course, then you can follow my watch list up and down and my repeating all day long. I've decided to turn them on this morning on the auto trading on the entries. I had them off the last 2 days. The market was just a little too volatile. And we'll see what happens. Not that I'm thinking that the market is not, well, we're already now positive again. So the market is now positive again. So we'll see what happens. And we're just going to turn them on. This is in the simulator. This is in the simulator. Okay, so I've turned them on. So they'll only auto trade the entries. And nothing will happen in these 2 windows until at least 15 minutes after the market opens. I have a delay on purpose. I like to see things settle down just a little bit. I typically don't trade anyway in the first 15 minutes. Just let the market settle down just a little bit. Yeah, so it'll be, from a tech point of view, it'll be interesting to see if people, especially new people coming into the room for the first time, if they're having any issues seeing my screen. Basically, the developer told me to use Firefox, and then everybody else could use whatever they want as a browser. So we'll see. Now the airlines, yeah, the airlines are also having a nice little resurgence here. American Airlines. This could be interesting. I mean, if it keeps going like this, it had it wasn't positive yesterday, but it definitely came back from the lows. And I think United Airlines, the same sort of thing. Yeah, it looks sort of the same, but I'm more concentrating on American Airlines just because it's a little bit cheaper. Let's see what the float is for UAL also. Yeah, so American Airlines, so the float's a little bit bigger, maybe almost twice as big, but I like the price here and see if it can continue. And you're right, DAL, that was the other one. That's the one I was looking at too. Yeah, so nice gap up for DAL. And probably the other airlines are just sort of being dragged up with it. As you said, with Buffett buying more DAL. Ah, that's what it is. Let me just do a test here. It says B. Bruin probably, right? Yeah. Okay, I can, okay. I understand what's going on now. I've got different accounts and all that. Okay. Okay. I will, I will fix it tomorrow. I don't want, if I, to fix it now, I have to exit the room and all that, so I don't want to do that. So I'll fix it tomorrow. All right, I know is, let's see, it's pulled back quite a bit, 576. It actually got down to 5, so this is pulled back quite a bit. This is definitely a virus play. APT is gapping down. I didn't really talk to, the specs. Yeah, this one loaded not very well. I noticed this was delaying on the load. Huge gap down for specs. Cheap one. Uber's on the rise here, guys. Uber, that's an interesting level for it to try to take out. Look at that on the daily chart. 34, looks like a couple of highs right there on the daily chart 3 days ago and 2 days ago. 34.20-ish or so. All right, so the market is going to open in just about a minute. So I'm going to just get my record count down to 100. Close this down. In one moment as I pour some more liquid. All right, market is going to open in less than, let's see, 10 seconds now. So let's have a great trading day, everybody. Yesterday was pretty darn interesting. Let's see if the market can sustain its gains from yesterday, or will it start giving them up? And we are now open. So there's that CLSK. What an area for Tilray to try to hold. Now it's not shortable anymore for me. They snapped them all up. Oops, wait a minute. Maybe some came back. Only 5,000 shares available right now. So some of these virus plays are starting to sink. NVAX is starting to sink here. And the market has now gone slightly negative. And what's Wi-Fi doing? Wi-Fi is an earnings play, so it has gapped up immediately, taking out the pre-market highs. Yeah, nice. I know you mentioned it. I did see it in the pre-market. It didn't have hardly had any volume, but I mean the volume has certainly picked up. And obviously, there's all the volume that just came in to CNSP. GNMK, guys, is also moving higher here. Sort of a double-pronged sword here. Or, is that right? Anyway, it's an earnings play and some virus news for GNMK. I think they talked about shipping out kits, virus kits. Plus, it's an earnings play. All right, so Mito, fortunately, is starting to drift down now. All right, so Tilray popped off 13. Those people who shorted are not too happy. Well, now shorts are available again, so people are covering. I'm just looking now. People ask me about that, I'm just looking at my Interactive Brokers. Okay, your broker may have tons of shorts available. Tilray has always been a stock that kind of goes up and down in the availability for at Interactive Brokers. Yeah, KPTI, did notice they did an offering. Their big news yesterday. What was the offering price? $25 at 25? I'm just going to check to see what the offering was. All right, IGT is starting to fade here. IGT starting to fade. Earnings. But again, look how whippy these things can be. Everything can be very whippy in that first 15 minutes. You're going to see topping tails, bottoming tails. Again, I just typically sit out the first 15. I'm not telling you to do it. That's just what I do. I like to see things settle down a little bit. You know that QGen is a buyout, right? Just notice it is starting to drop a little bit here, but QGen is a buyout by TMO. Okay. Just checking. Okay, little slowdown on the charts. Let me see if that's just... Yeah, okay, not terrible. Look at that topping tail for GNMK. Look at it. I mean, right up to 5, and right back down to 450. Yeah, this VTIQ. Yeah, I did see this. Never seen this before. I did see it in the pre-market. I don't know what the heck. Yeah, that's one of these. I know what they're all about. Look at Tilray. So Tilray, that's why I didn't hop in it. It held 13. But I'd be definitely, for me, I'm definitely going to look for a fade on Tilray. I mean, it's an earnings play. This might be, I don't know. I mean, it might, well, it's a big gap though. I mean, it's a big pop off 1373 now. All right, now I do see that the AI had an alert for Omer. I don't sure you could have got it at 1448. But this is an earnings play, OMER. To me, it looks like there is could be some pretty good resistance around 15. So if it pops through 15 though, it definitely has more room. Well, like it did. Okay, man, it just did. Now, there's the 200-day moving average, 1557, so be aware of that, 1557. And so it's touching it right now. That's OMER. All right, well, there's the CLSK. So this did not last. The CLSK did not last. That's pretty whippy, guys. So, I mean, if you took that one, if you're able, but look what it did. It got right up to it's amazing how this works. I mean, almost right to the penny. 1557 for the Omer. There's a 200-day moving average, 1557. Right to the penny. Now, PI is an earnings play, and it is starting to drift down. I didn't really talk about it too much because it had really no volume. There is some support. Looks around 26 for some support for PI. You can see on that weekly chart right there, but if it takes out 26, look out below. All right, so Mal Mito did have a pop, but it dropped again. So Omer's been all over the place. There it is again at that 200-day moving average, 1557 at 1559 right now. And now it looks like it's trying to take it out. Bit of a tough spread, 1561, 1575. All right, Kohl's is starting to fall here. This is an earnings play. It was up in the pre-market, but now it is starting to drift down. KSS. What's the market doing? They're stuck. Sugar. And I don't want to do a reboot. So the market is starting to drift down now. Well, MTP was definitely halted. MTP was halted. Let me ask a question, guys. Your indices, are they still stuck at yesterday, or are they updating? Or have they been updated? Anybody who has the indices up here? If you can see in my toolbar. It might be because of the server the issue we had last night. You're stuck too. Okay. So I think it's all to do. We had a circuit breaker crash on us last night. So when you did a reboot, Tom, the indices corrected. Okay. Yeah, just a little too. Try not to talk like that in the room, Danwa. Okay, easiest money. Okay, so what I'm going to do? What time is it? 9:41. Okay, I'm going to do a reboot too because nothing has come in here yet. So I'm going to do a reboot also. So my screen will disappear for a bit. If you're saying that helped. Oh, you idiot. Okay, there it is. Okay, so now it is. Okay, I'm going to have to do something crazy here. Okay, yeah, so the reboot worked. Okay, now I have to enable these again and make sure I connect it to the simulator. Okay, so what time is it? 9:42. Okay, so when you say reset it, it gets reset every day. So I'm not sure I know what you mean by resetting. Okay, so that might be something that happened last night. We had I don't know if there's going to be a fix right off the bat to that if you have a zero balance, okay? We had a circuit breaker crash on us last night, I guess, so. And the word I did get, even last night, they said it might take a while before all the servers get back to working properly today. Luckily, it's just everything else seems to be working though. The charts are loading, so. All right, guys, STNE, this is an earnings play after hours yesterday. STNE is an earnings play and looks like it's almost an all-time high. What's the high right there? High right there is 45.62, so it's almost an all-time high. If it takes all this out, that would be STNE an all-time high. Yeah, meanwhile, Omer, oh my gosh, yeah. So tremendous earnings play. Once it attacked that 200-day, it dropped off it, and then it attacked it again, and it won. Well, keep an eye on this Duke Realty, DRE. It is above the whole number. Like many stocks yesterday, it's a big green candle. It's over the 200-day moving average, 33.88. The longer it holds over 34, the better. You'd like to see the market on your side, though, especially for something like this. little more financial. But if it, if it holds 34, I mean, look at the gap. It was difficult, kind of constructing my watch list for today because, of course, there were so many greens that I could pick from, but that meant that the market had to continue today. So it was a challenge to construct a watch list today. Oh, it's a matter of looking at lots and lots of charts. I have a scanner, of course, that identifies stocks that I want to take a look at, number one, and then basically load them one by one, take a look at the daily, weekly, monthly chart to see if they still have some room left. Meaning that is there anything on the chart that could block it from either A, going up, if I'm looking to go long, or B, going short if I'm looking to short. So and I do it after hours, and that's how the watch list is constructed. Then all you have to do is, of course, load it from Channel Bar, My Windows, but make sure you save your layout to the cloud first. You can only have one layout loaded at a time. This is a layout like anything else in a Channel Bar. It's a layout. All right, it's now 9:47, so nothing is triggered yet. And okay, make sure they're on. Okay, so nothing is triggered yet. Wi-Fi continues to move here. No, I'm surprised Wi-Fi didn't trigger. Oh, jeez. Okay. There goes my... Okay, so IGT is showing up here, but it won't trigger because it's not below yesterday's low, and that's one of the triggers that it has to happen for anything to trigger in my watch list. But IGT fading underneath that whole number now. So my bias might be to fade some of these longs if the market continues down like this. Kind of like IGT. LVGO moving up here, 25, or sorry, is moving down, LVGO. It is an earnings play. Released after hours yesterday. Initial reaction was great. Look at that. Initial reaction was great. There's that move area after hours. Pre-market was okay. Market opens, and it just absolutely plunges. Well, I don't know if it's my Tilray. No, it's not. You see, yeah, but look, I had a short bias on it. I mean, this is a great pop, I have to admit. I had a short bias on it, taking out 13. So HBI, not an earnings play, but wow, this is also moving down underneath the whole number. There's probably some support around 1250 though. All right, why didn't it take this trade? I know why. It's outside. It couldn't get it. This is a good This is a good example of the fact that even though I tried to auto trade the entry on Mito at $3, and even though I'm going to go over this, I had a 10-cent offset, which means I would have taken that trade all the way up to 310. I still couldn't get it on auto trading the entry. It went outside that 10 cents. So this is real world. So unfortunately, because people sometimes have complained to me, well, fine, you get an alert at 3, but who knows if you could have got it at 3? And you're absolutely right. So this is real world. It just went too quickly. Hopefully that makes sense. See, I tried to get it. I just couldn't. It could not get it. Well, yeah, I liked it for a short though, Cosmin. Yeah. I love this illustration. I hope you understand what I'm talking about here. So our simulator, not only is it real time, but I call it real world. This is what would happen really. And it could not take the trade, even though, it should have been executed at the quickest way possible. It rarely happens because I've got a 10-cent offset, which means I would take that trade all the way to 310. But when we got that alert, it must have instantly gone to at least 311. So just a quick question. Anybody having problems seeing my screen at all? Wow, look at Mito now. Wow. It would have looked good in the P&L and the simulator, but yeah, I mean so now it's taken out the pre-market highs guy, Mito. Well, especially for new people. Anybody who's been in the room before, but I'm talking about anybody who's brand new into the room this morning. Any problem seeing my screen? If you're brand new into the room this morning, and just Larissa, you're not new. Mito is now halted. That's too bad. I mean, look at that. 3 on the alert. Also from the AI at 290. So tremendous. Look at that 30% gain. And it'll be more. I'm just looking at the bid ask, see how it's stacking up. Actually, I have to check this. It actually showed up on the screen. I'm wondering if it's part of the problem we're having. Has anybody tried to do a simulated trade, like even a manual one this morning? And is it showing up in your positions? Because I may be wrong. It may have, because I'm looking right there. It looks like it did pick it up. Well, you know what I'll do? I'm just going to I'm going to take a trade and see if it. Okay, so it's not working. So it actually tried to take even all that explanation about being outside 10 cents. Now, I will say this, and there is something, it should have taken that trade at 316 and it didn't. It should be showing up. And you're right, maybe the balance is 0. I didn't even check. Yeah, so I guess paper trading is not going to work today. Not for a while anyway. Yeah, I know. I know they had that issue. I was, of course, more concerned. I mean, the paper trading is important, but I was more concerned about our charts and our real time alerts and all that, which were working. All right, guys. So we'll just have to wait. Meanwhile, Omer continues higher here. What a great earnings play! Holy smokes! Um, it still has room. It just wiped out all of this on that weekly chart. That's a massive, massive. That's 30% up. Yeah, now it's starting to give it up. 14.18 high for Tilray. Not shortable again at Interactive Brokers. Probably a lot of people are piling into it up here. We're starting to pile into it here. All right, here's the other interesting earnings play guy. This is almost looks like an all-time high for 45.62. Well, in fact, it is an all-time high now for STNE. It's an earnings play, STNE, all-time high now. Meanwhile, LVGO continues to cruise down here. Probably has some support around 24.40. It is an earnings play. Okay, Mito is up and running again here, guys. Look at Mito. So I mean, they did have news. It's interesting the reaction at the beginning. There's the pre-market, and then it started to fade, and it looked like it wanted to fade. But look at this, MITO, FDA designation, rare pediatric disease designation from the FDA. So you got to be cheering them. Okay, so nothing's going to happen then in my because of the outage we had. So wow, look at the Mito. So this actually took the trade. I should explain a little bit. At 10:30 I usually go over, and I'm using -10 as an outset as an offset, which really means you'll take anything. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but I will go over that a little bit later. Wow. Well, look at that, guys. I mean, we got two fantastic. There's Mito for 53%, Omer 17%. Only four trades so far. The pie didn't work. Not yet, anyway. I mentioned Dre a little earlier, Dr. Dre, DRE. Ah, that just flew away from me here. Okay, guys, you know what? I think we're okay, guys. Listen, we're starting to experience some lag here. I'll tell you right off the bat, we're starting to experience some lag. These in the alerts. I'm telling you right now. So don't, because I'm looking at this at 10 o'clock and it said 34:35, but it is higher than that. Okay, guys, so I'm just a heads up here, okay? Do not rely on the Trade Ideas charts right now. I can tell you that right now because we're getting a lag. And it's because we had a power outage of some sort last night, circuit breaker, and they're working hard. But I was told that it might take a while to get everything back to normal, okay? So Fed cuts the rates, yeah, okay. So there's your pop. Yeah, so please, I hope everybody hears me. Do not rely on the Trade Ideas alerts or the charts right now, okay? Meanwhile, Omer's just screaming higher. Yeah, we're so, okay, guys. So I'm just watching. I'm watching to see whether or not we're catching up yet, and we're not. So please, I'm going to just keep telling you this. Do not rely on the Trade Ideas real-time alerts or our charts. More importantly, our charts right now. Okay. Yeah, it's a huge cutting rates. Looks like the SPY is correct. I'm looking here through 1226. It's, I mean, well, not really, no. You know what? Keep an eye on HUD. HUD, HUD, cheap one. All right, guys, I took HUD. This is, you know, I mean, I'm not going to rely on the charts. I cannot rely on our charts. I have to be watching my time in sales. But I took the HUD, got in at 814, HUD. Lots of room, as you can see right here. So we'll see what happens. Market rally, 814, HUD. Okay, guys, make sure when you're talking about Robinhood down again, Ian, make sure that's an off topic as opposed to stocks only, okay? Thank you. And everybody else, that's why we have these tabs here, stocks only, something off topic, obviously off topic. Stocks only is just for specific stocks. Yeah, I can't rely on the charts here. Again, I'm just going to keep repeating this. Do not rely on trade ideas for your chart. Ah, that DRE. Look at the DRE. What a beauty. I mentioned this one just on that, just hovering over 34. But I said, only take it maybe if the market gets in your favor. And look what happened. DRE. Okay, guys, you're posting stuff like that in the stocks only, okay? Please post that off topic. Off topic. That's why we have an off topic tab, all right? Thank you. Okay, Zach, I'm sure you can hear me. Please post things like that in off topic, not in stocks only. All right? Okay, I'm just watching the HUD here. I can't, obviously I cannot watch the charts. Okay, Zach, yeah, man, come on, you know better than that. Off topic, off topic. Okay? Zach, okay, nobody take offense, but I'm just going to start deleting posts that are not stocks, stock related, like a specific stock. I'm going to start deleting the posts, okay? Because I'm a Canadian, Grumpy. It's in my DNA. Okay, Zach. No, I'm just telling you to post in. You're posting a lot of stuff in the stocks only instead of in the off topic. Okay. All right, I'm just checking. I want to see if we're getting somewhat back to normal in terms of the real-time alerts. Okay, LVGO 2487. What is it really? Yeah, not really. So we're still do not. I'm going to keep saying this until I see that it is fixed. Do not rely. Okay, do not rely on our real-time on our charts or our real-time alerts. Okay, right now. Well, I mean, it's. I'm not going to boot somebody for posting unless it's just that's just a miss. The only time I'm going to boot somebody is if they post spam or get crude. Okay, guys, I'm out of the HUD. Yeah, I just took myself out of the HUD. I'm going to look. I'll keep an eye on it a little bit later. Finding a little unnerving. I'm having to, kind of stare at my Interactive Brokers IB time and sales as opposed to looking at my charts and everything. So. All right, keep an eye on this one. Now, what is the real price? Yeah, see, I don't know. Well, 707, just say 707 last, so maybe we've caught up. But EXTN, now the spread is not great, 695, 707. This was from our AI, which you don't have access to yet, our AI less than 20 segment, and this came up yesterday on it. It's over the whole number. But again, it's not a good spread. All right, guys, I think the simulation is working again. I just got word from tech that the simulation should be working again. Just disconnect, okay? Disconnect. Uncheck it and then check it again. I'm noticing I've got 0 right there. So the simulation should be working again, okay? In fact, let me just try to take a trade here. The problem is this is not, well, it's not a big deal, but I'm going to go. I mean, I wouldn't normally do this because I hate the spread is terrible. Let's just see where I get filled. My 100 shares at the market. Let me just see. Okay, so the simulator is working, okay? Yeah. So all you have to do is, if you had it checked before, just uncheck it and then connect again, all right? So the simulation is now working. Paper trading is working. Now, I don't think the charts, let me just do a quick check on this one. CANF, 158, 152, 153, 153. Well, okay, right now, I'm just looking to see. And meanwhile, wow, so the market went negative in a heartbeat. Oh man, did I miss this? I missed it. I wanted to take this short here. IGT. See what HUD is. 787, 787. Okay, we may be back. We may be back. You know, obviously HUD just took a, I mean, this was so reliant on what the SPY was doing. I'm just checking to see, I'm looking at the last 787. It says on the chart 787. So we may be good to go now in terms of the alerts. Let me see this one, 1016, Wi-Fi 1401. I think we might be good again, guys. Well, the fast movers will more than likely be off 5 to 7 seconds anyway, okay? If something's going up like in a heartbeat up, 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents, because remember, the charts do refresh every 8 to 10 seconds, but that's not what my concern was. My concern was more these real-time alerts. Because when you do click on a real-time alert, that is a real-time chart then. Whew. Tough enough to trade without having to worry about technical issues. And look at the market. I mean, the market is all over the place. Wow. There's like a pop of 200 points. You know, I do actually like this one, this EXTN. I mean, I took it just as a test to see if their simulator was working again. I do like it. My only issue is the spread right now, but if the bid can catch up to that ask, we could see a move here. I mean, it's got room, EXTN, it does have room, lots of room, up to that 8 level. So from 7 to 8 is be a tremendous percentage increase. I'm not saying it's going to get there, but that's all I'm really doing. People ask me, what do I look for in a watch list, or for symbols that should be in a watch list, and this is one of them. It's in the list. But it's just not trading. I'm looking at my time in sales, and it's just not trading. Okay, look at CMA. CMA 52.23, 52.26. I'm just checking to make sure we're sort of back to normal. Looks like we are back to normal. 52.18. Yeah, we're back to normal now in terms of our charts. Yeah, Mito is interesting again, guys. You're right. I mean, it's got a ton of room. What do these guys do? Oil and gas operations. No, you wouldn't think it'd be strong today. I'm just looking at certainly. I mean, there are some positive sectors, silver and gold, and you know what? The trade of the week. Yes. Oh no. Well, I mean, it did pop up here. EXTN, guys. EXTN starting to move now. Yeah, Mr. Green, yes. If you go to tools, first of all, can you see my screen and can you hear me? No, okay. And I'm not, okay, Poe says I'm fading in and out. My audio is fading in and out. Is that the same for everybody or is it just him? Just give me a quick, loud and clear. Not fading in and out? Okay. It's on your end then, Poe. Okay, so if you click on Tools and External Linking, Tools, External Linking, just follow the rules, okay? Click on Add a Link, and then you see where it says, while keeping this window active, mouse over the target window, etc., etc. You know what I'll do? I'll get rid of my link, and I'll show you exactly. So I'm going to delete my link. Okay, so I'm going to add the link, and I'm going to follow these rules. While keeping this window active, mouse over the target window. My target window is going to be the order entry box within Interactive Brokers. So it says hold down the Shift key and select. So you see what happened when I held down the Shift key and I selected it, and then it says Interactive Brokers, Rules, Interactive Brokers Live, and then say OK, and now you're good to go. Okay? Now when you click on an alert, it should load in that order entry box. Oh man, guys, I mean, we are in Whip City right now. I mean, look at this. I mean, now we're up 55. Wow, I mean, this is just, boy, deja vu, 2008, 2009. When you say only the live account, are you trying to do a demo? Don't you should use our real-time data for if you want to do simulation trading, use our real-time data. Okay? It's not a stupid question. It's probably though, how can I explain this? I don't even think you can add them because yeah, you can't add this. Your broker will have, I mean, time and sales and everything like that. So that's what I'd be using. Okay, I mean, I just would not use, I mean, we don't even have it available. You know, when you're in the simulator, I mean, you can see, you know, the price you want to go in at. I'm going to, what time is it, 10:25? Another 5 minutes, I'm going to go over, wow, Omer, look at this one now. Holy smokes. 37% now, and then the Mito, I'm sorry, 25%. Mito is, yeah, I mean, I would keep an eye on this one to see if it can take out 4 again. What's the market doing now? Up 120. Wow, I mean, this is just a super whip. Market is holding that 200-day moving average, trying anyway, 304.50. Stocks only is literally just stocks, okay? Just stocks. So you have an idea about a stock. VTIQ, guys, VTIQ, a little bit of lag. There it goes again. There's not a super low float. I mean, 25 million is still very low, but oh, rats. You know what's happened? I've lost my linking. When I did that, I noticed that, yeah, I shouldn't do that. I'm sorry. Well, I'm going to have to shut down my Interactive Brokers account and load it again and create the linking. For some reason, when I do it intraday, I lose the linking. Even when I was trying to demonstrate how to link, I will try it again. I'll delete the link and see if I can, but I doubt it's going to work. I don't know why that happens. Ah, hey, it worked. Okay, great. And welcome, by the way, Chai Blue, or Kai Blue, if it's a fraternity. Okay, Mick. Post all that stuff in off topic, please, okay? Off topic. All right? Stocks only for stocks only, all right? I'm just going to start deleting. Don't get offended, but I'm just going to start deleting these posts. Try to keep the stocks only just for stocks only. What does the yellow window in Holly? I'm not sure I know what you mean. When it yellow window or a yellow? What happens if you get a Holly alert? It'll change colors. Maybe that's what you're talking about. Yeah, so when you get a Holly alert, it'll show up as yellow and start to fade, just to let you know that there's an alert, if that's what you're talking about. Yeah, he said window, so that's what I wasn't sure. It's a line though. When the AI takes an alert, or gives you an alert. Okay, so the EXTN was just quick. What's the market doing now? So it's starting to drop again. And boy, you just got to be careful, guys. I mean, we have no trend yet. Okay, there's zero trend. The trend right now is up and down, which is obviously not a trend. So just be pretty careful on really anything, unless you're in a stock that has news like an Omer. News being it's an earnings play. But if you're in something else that is really kind of tracks the market, just be awfully careful. I get a little bit of lag here. So William is talking about QGen, and that is a buyout. Surprised there's any. Yeah, I mean, it's a buyout, so I don't know what the buyout price is. I don't know if it's an all cash or a stock deal. TMO is buying them. TMO. All right, guys, it is now 10:30. So 10:32 actually. So typically this is what I do an hour into the market. So first of all, big welcome to anybody who's brand new into the room this morning. This is the format every single day. I open the room between 9 and 3 Eastern Time, Monday to Friday, sharing my screen live on the mic. And I haven't had anybody say they can't see my screen. So I have a feeling that what I've done now, by my using Firefox, you guys can use, I was told you can use any browser you want, but with my using Firefox to display, it seems to be the solution. So I haven't had anybody coming in saying they can't see my screen or half my screen or something like that. So that's great. Yeah, Mito just over 4 now. Wow, it's way over 4. Getting a little bit of lag again here, guys. I say we had a big circuit breaker last night, power outage, and it's sort of wreaked havoc on our servers. And it's I think most things are back to normal, but okay. So I want to keep going. So if you click on the Scans tab, you can see the Scans tab within the trading room. I'm sharing a lot of scans, way more than what you see on the shared monitor. So you can have your pick. Something catches your attention, you can always load it. This is obviously if you're a Trade Idea subscriber. Or you can go up to this Room Drive icon, looks like a half-open folder, and click on Scans that I share, download. And the links that I'm going to talk about, which are webinar links and training links. So if you download this, will go to a Word document, and you can again look at everything at your leisure. So I'm going to talk about some of the links right now. So there is the training link. Monday to Friday at noon to 1 Eastern Time. It's a live Q&A with some of the Trade Ideas trainers and traders, okay? Webinars, Monday to Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern Time. And they are all archived. You should have the latest beta. Let me just click on that link to show you how to get to it. So when you click on that link, you'll be downloaded, or you'll go to this page, and just scroll down until it says this. Now you'll know if you have the latest beta by looking at your charts. Excuse me, if you do not have a buy or sell button in your charts, that means you do not have the latest beta. So you can download it there. I do a daily video between 1:15 and 1:45 every day. Trade of the Week is sent to you before the market opens every Monday morning. And the next test drive, if you click on that next test drive, we have these 4 times a year. We just finished one about 2 weeks ago. The next one will be in approximately two and a half months, I guess. If you want to be notified exactly when it's going to be, we don't have a date for it yet. You can just fill this in, and then you'll get notified when the next test drive is in or starts. And basically, it'll cost you $8.99 for up to 10 full trading days with Trade Ideas. Okay? And it was tremendously successful, the last one. We had a record sign up. Over 2,000 people signed up for the test drive. And if you click on the subscriptions tab, if you scroll down to the bottom, we have 4 ebooks here. These are all free. The bottom 3 are swing trading setups. And this top one here, this is a new edition. It's kind of a cool look at earnings season. Okay, one of our traders, one of our traders / developer, Dave Mabe, he created this earnings season book. It's kind of interesting. So I would click on that. It's a great read, actually. If you want to follow me on Twitter, at BBRUIN44, BBruin44, stocks only. And a subscription to Trade Ideas, there is a promo code, Barry4Alpha, instant 15% savings off the first month or the entire year. So if you click on that link, we just go over the pricing for Trade Ideas. We basically have 4 plans. So the premium yearly, $22.68 a year minus the 15%, or the standard yearly, $10.68 a year minus that 15%. The huge difference is the AI. The AI, which gave you alerts for Mito and Omar as an example today, huge percentage increases. Okay, basically you don't do anything. You just have this window loaded before the market opens, and it's a real-time alert. There's a stop price, and you just basically manage the trade. So it's a great watch list. Now, you do not have to start off, of course, with an annual plan or even a premium plan. You can always give us a shot. $118 a month for the standard plan, minus that 15%, or the premium, $228 less than 15%. If you can always upgrade, do it within 30 days. You will honor that promo code. So that is the pricing for Trade Ideas. Now I'm going to go over what the AI is all about and Brokerage Plus. Just noticing it's taking these trades. Keep an eye on the GNMK. I mean, it has two newsworthy items today, I guess. First of all, it's an earnings play. And secondly, I think they said they were shipping virus kits or something to that effect. Okay, so I mean so you have some virus news with them, and it's an earnings play. That's GNMK. One moment, please. Okay, so let me talk about the AI and what it does and how it does it. So we have what we call 50 baseline strategies. This is not one of them, but if it were, once the market closes today, because we want to have access to the latest market data, the AI takes a look at all the filters that are in place in an alert. And the AI our strategies have way more filters. And basically it goes through a procedure of maybe changing filter values or adding a filter in or taking a filter out, running the back tester, and seeing what effect doing all that has on the profit factor and win percentage. At the end of the routine, and obviously even to do for one would be a real chore, but to do 50, obviously you need a computer to do that. So it runs through all 50 in this optimization procedure. And then tomorrow, we don't know which strategies are going to make the cut today, because it has to run through this optimization procedure. Personally, I don't care what strategies make the cut. All I care about are the alerts that come from them. That's my personal bias. And I just load this window. If you have the AI, then you just have to click New, AI/Holly Strategy Trades window. And this window will pop up, and make sure if you want to see all the trades, right click, segments, and all. In the latest beta version, this should be the default now. It used to default to Holy Grail, and we used to, you have to make sure you selected that. I believe in the latest version, all is now selected. I think you just wait for the alerts to happen. Okay, nothing for you to do. So that's basically what the AI does. Now let's taking a look at KBH here. So we're in, and I'm going to go over this, we're in auto trade mode on the entries. Okay, this is in the simulator. This is my simulator. All right, so this is Brokerage Plus. What you're seeing here, this is what we call our Brokerage Plus window. Everything I'm describing until I say This is not part of premium, it's part of our part of standard, is part of our standard service, okay? Everything I'm going to describe, and then I'll tell you if you do want to do a few things, then you would need our premium service. But everything I'm describing right now is part of our standard package. All you have to do is click on New, Brokerage Plus. This window will pop up, and here are the tabs that you have. Click on New. Here are the tabs that you can have. And if you right click on one of the column headers, click on columns, here are all the different columns that you have available to you, okay? These are the ones I'm using, so you don't have to use the same. So the Brokerage Plus window, and what I'm going to describe right now is the simulator, paper trading simulator, okay? All you have to do is check it, and then you can start using it as a simulator. So in its absolute simplest form, you would click on an alert, KBH, it loads. You can pick how many shares you want. You can pick the price you want to get in at. And then you pick, if you're going to short it, you sell. If you want to go long, you buy. These are hotkeys. Once you're in a trade, you can either flatten it, get out at half, or double your position, or reverse. You were long, now you want to go short. You were short, now you want to go long. That's the simplest way, but what I suggest is that you set up something called what we call one-click trading. So let's say you click on an alert, and there's KBH, and you say, yeah, I want to trade it. So you right-click on it, and this hover over the trade, and you'll get a pop-up. I believe that we've set up some defaults for you, but you, of course, can set up your own. You just pick how you want to trade it. I'm going to show you how you can do that. So it's not quite auto trading, but it's pretty darn close. You just pick how you want to trade it, and it'll automatically trade it using your rules. And I'm going to show you how you do that. So you have to have the Strategies tab. Remember I said, so you click on New within Brokerage Plus. Make sure you have your Strategies tab, and click on that. And then right-click in the window, New Trading Strategy. You give it a name. Make sure you tell it whether it's a long or a short. And I'm going to go over in my watch list up how I have filled out in this information. I mean, there's a lot of information you can fill in. It's up to you how I can't tell you how you want to trade something. But I'm going to show you what you can do, all the options you have, all right? So let me just cancel out of that. And I will right-click. And I'm going to edit my trading strategy. So, entry time. So I've put a delay. You'll notice that no alerts happen until at least 9:45. Okay, you won't see anything because I've put a delay on that on purpose. Order details and risk management work hand in hand. And when I say that, this will determine how many shares you take, automatically. Order details. So when you see risk $100, what I'm risking, this is a drop down. I really recommend you use the drop down based on a stop loss instead of fixed dollars or shares. Sorry, my dog is doing something in the background here. So risk $100. So what that means is in the simulator, I'm saying, okay, if the trade goes against me, the most I want to lose is $100. This limit offset, now I got minus 10 cents here. Basically what that is going to mean is that I will take a trade if I get an alert at 35.49, but how far outside of that will I go? So I will go up to 59 cents, 10 cents out. Just one moment, please. Okay, sorry about that. So, risk management. Man, Omer is just continuing to scream higher here. So, risk management. So, I'm using a stop loss And I'm using, this is a custom stop, okay? It's not available to you, but I would, you're going to be using this in the simulator. You can, use our smart stop in dollars. And it's just generated by the system, okay, by Trade Ideas. You don't have to do anything. You just use the smart stop. So basically, you get into trade and it's showing, and it's saying, okay, but if it goes to this price, this is where the stop, this is where it'll take you out of the trade. So with these two order details risking $100 and with a stop in place, that is why the position size is automatically taken, because if I multiply 345 times the difference between the entry and the stop, I will get about $100. See, I get just about $100. KBH, 213 times the difference between the entry and the stop. See how it says right in the chart? $101. There's my risk. Now, of course, once that happens, you can always adjust it. So let's say the trade starts working in your favor. So there's KBH working in your favor. So I can always, right on the chart, I can just start to move it up. Almost like a trailing stop. Okay? So that is, hopefully that makes a lot of sense in terms of why the position size is automatically calculated. Now, this is in the simulator, of course, and if I'm, I should be paying obviously way more attention to what's happening. If you should treat this is and I should also say, all you have to do is just check Trade Ideas Simulated Trading, okay, and then you're into the simulator. Now, if you want to, you can also load a strategy that you've created. So let's just say, or for instance, if you wanted to trade these symbols or an alert window that you created, you would make sure you're on the strategies tab again, right click, and you could load from cloud. So if you save, say, an alert window that you created or one of these two, make sure you just save them to the cloud. Save. And save them to the cloud, and then you just load them from the cloud. Okay, right click, load from cloud, and then you just highlight it, load. Now guys, first of all, I'm going through, don't worry if you can't follow all this. I go over this many, many times. You can always ask me questions. That's why I'm here, all right? So you load it from the cloud. So for instance, I'm going to get rid of this one. Delete the trading strategy. Okay, so watch. Say I wanted to load this alert window. I would make sure I save it. Save or share to cloud. Click down here. I would save. Okay, so now watch what happens. I right click, load from cloud, and you see it's... Why didn't it go up there? Just a minute. There it is. Oh, it just took a while. Okay. So I would just highlight it then and see it there. Highlight it, left click and highlight it. And then load. And then I'll do it. Load from cloud, highlight it, load. It's going to ask me, do I want to replace all existing or add to existing? I'm going to say, and there it is. Okay. Now I have to go through the same exercise. I have to create my trading strategy. And, I can't tell you what to do, but you just have to create your trading strategy, fill in as much detail as you want in here. Okay, I'm just looking to see if there are any questions. Okay, so everything I just described is part of our standard package, okay? Standard service. Also, you can connect to Interactive Brokers and you can trade your real account or your live money, all right? Your real money. Okay, so everything I've described is part of the standard service. Now, if you do want to do any sort of auto trading, you need our premium service. Okay, again, I should be watching this. You know, if you're going to take this seriously, the simulated trading, you have to be watching it. You know, treat it like it's your real money. I mean, that's the whole idea of the simulator. It's not fun and games. If you're going to take trading seriously, and you're starting out as a new trader, or even if you're an experienced trader but you want to test out a strategy, you know, take it seriously. Now, if you do want to auto trade anything, as I said, you will need our premium service. So, why? This is why it is auto trading the entries, because I have turned them on, all right? See how you basically have to strategy enable, click to disable. So if I disable it, now they're off. And every morning you have to make a conscious decision about which ones you want to turn on. And it's a very, you know, obviously, you know, we want to make sure you know that you are auto trading something, okay? So, because people ask, how come it won't save as a default? That'd be, you know, you may forget. You go away for a couple of days, you come back, you have no more money in your account. Okay, so I mean, kind of kidding. So that's why they're auto trading on the entries. If you did want to auto trade the AI, you need our premium service. You also have to buy Brokerage Plus for $1,100 minus whatever discount. So right now, 15%. It's a one-time fee. What that means is if you, at any point, you decide that you don't want to trade anymore, you want to take a vacation, or just for whatever reason you unsubscribe from Trade Ideas, and then you resubscribe, the Brokerage Plus is still there for you. Okay? Now, let's talk a little bit about chart trading. So you notice we have the buy and short buttons right on the charts. A little bit of lag. Boy, keep an eye on what's the market doing. Jeez, I mean, this market, wow. Up, down, up, down, up, down. It's a tough. There's no trend right now, guys. Keep an eye on Wi-Fi. There's a little break underneath that whole number. It's an earnings play, so I mean it is. Okay, so Paradox, you have to download the latest beta. So if you click on the beta, if you click on subscriptions, and where it says download TI Pro or beta, you click on it, and you'll be brought to the download page and scroll down right to the beta. Okay, and then you'll have those buy and sell buttons right on the chart. Well, you have to do it every Monday morning, yes, because I do change the symbol list name every Monday morning. Well, it's not, I change it actually typically Friday afternoon, but Monday morning, yes, you do have to download my Windows, new channel bar, and my Windows. Remember, this is a layout, so you want to follow my watch list up and down all day long, you can do so, but this is a layout, so make sure you save your layout to the cloud before you do that. And then what you can do, of course, is you can just right-click and save the windows to the cloud. And then bring back your layout. And then bring back the 3 windows. And then save again to the cloud. And then you have the windows available all week without having to do it all the time. Well, I think it's 0.134 Paradox. I think it's 0.134. I just, it doesn't say on the chart. If you don't have the buy and sell though, I mean, if you download that beta, you'll have the latest one. Oh, not only is it holding over, look what it did. I think it's 0.134. Unfortunately, when I go to the, I wish it would say, but it just doesn't say. But I'm pretty sure it is 0.134. I can't tell you because I'm on a development version. You know, so I'm on something, I don't even know what it is now. 0.139. So yeah, on the download page, I guess it would, but not, yeah, just not on this on that page. I guess when you load it, or does it say it? Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. It's right down there. Okay, yeah. My mistake. Okay, to trade from the chart, right from the chart. So this is what you do. And it's pretty cool, guys. I mean, you can trade right from the chart using the, say, the buy button, okay? So here are, you have to have, of course, some strategies loaded. And you just basically pick one of your long strategies as the one you want to trade using chart trading. So, I mean, I've named this strategy chart long $100 risk, okay? I've just named it that. And then I've created my rules in here. And then what I do is I right click and I check default chart long strategy. I just check it. So that means every time when I click on the buy button here, it's going to use these rules that I created. So let's do one. Let's take Mito as an example. Let's take Mito as an example. Now I can put a, let's put a conditional trade here, you know, on a break of 5. All right. So I'm going to, so I click the button. Now you see, the only thing is you have to be, it's a little tricky because okay, let me get rid of it. It's a little bit tricky. So I just canceled it. You have to, when you click the button, then make sure you move your cursor where you want it. So now I'm going to release it. Okay. So there's a conditional buy order at $5.04 with a stop at 410. Big stop. Okay. See how it was submitted? And it's all done automatically. So if it hits, you know, 510, or 501, 504, then it will take the trade. But you see how it was automatically done. Now, if I want to start moving this down, if I want to start, you know what, it's pulling back, and I could say, you know what, I'd like to maybe take it on a bit more of a pullback. I can drop it down right on the chart. Now it's at 486. And we'll see if it pops back up there. I see it took the trade. So it took the trade. Okay. Automatically took the trade. I had moved, remember it was at 504, I moved it down and it took the trade. Now, of course, I can move that stop up if I want. I like doing it this way. And when people ask about a trailing stop and all, my opinion is that, I mean, look, if you're in 1,000 trades at once, granted, okay. But what I would be doing is I'd be moving my stop up right on the chart to where it makes sense. To me, it doesn't make that much sense just to have an arbitrary, percentage trailing stop or a dollar value trailing stop. Why not move the stop up where it makes sense right on the chart? Where it looks like, okay, if it took that support out, then, I don't want to be in the trade anymore. Does that make sense? Okay, a little bit of lag every now and then. Not horrible. Well, it is. That would be horrible, but I don't see it. What's Mr. Market doing again? Wow, I'm getting these easy 100, 200 point swings just like that. Keep an eye on Wi-Fi, guys. It popped over 14 briefly. Again, my inclination is to try to fade some of these now. Okay, I am noticing some lag here, guys. Just a little bit of lag on these charts. All right, NCNA is ringing in my ears here. NCNA, a nice pop up here. Okay, guys, I'm just wanting to show you something. I want to. All right. Okay, so again, reentry. It's an underutilized feature of the AI. So you'll notice we have a reentry time, reentry price, and well, wait over here, reentry stop. Okay, so what does this mean? So you'll notice there's a price automatically generated when the AI gives you an alert. This price is automatically generated. Nothing highly scientific. It is just the different halfway between the difference between the entry price and the stop. So there's 1624, 1673, halfway is 1648. You will only get an alert though, and this is like this is sort of a second kick at it, we'll say, okay? Only if A, the stop actually gets hit. it goes down to the stop price. Notice here, it didn't get taken out because of the stop, but it actually got stopped out. But Pi actually did get down to 26.57 at some point. Or up to. I'm sorry. Yeah. Up to 27.71. Okay. So if that happens, and then the stock gets to that halfway point, the reentry, you'll see this. You'll see the reentry time. And I've asked them, pleading with them, to give us at least an audible alert of some sort when we do get a reentry. Because, I mean, I'm not saying they're all going to work, but here's 1648 reentry, okay? I mean, it hasn't really moved. Remember, this is a short. Both of these are short. You know, it got down to 1625. I mean, nothing spectacular. 2711. This is at 2682. You see what I'm saying? So, especially if you get a lot of alerts during the day. I mean, sometimes, you know, just following the reentries, which we get very few, maybe 4 or 5 a day at most. You know, it's basically saying, okay, you know, the AI might have been a little bit early on an alert, and now here's a second chance to get in at actually a better price. So this is something that I would be keeping an eye on. If you don't have these columns, just right-click columns and find them. And you know, they're down here. Everything's in alphabetical order. QRS right here. And add them. And what I'm doing is, basically what I do is I take this window and I duplicate it. And then I sort on the reentry time. And I just shrink it because we get very few of them. And that's all I really care about, to see, okay, what did we get any? And I can shrink it all the way like that. Okay, does that make sense? All right. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to start deleting posts that are in the stocks only. Okay. It's just that it jams it up. I mean, I get too many complaints. Okay. I'm just going to start deleting posts. If you're posting in the stocks only and it's not a specific stock, I'm just going to start deleting it. All right, well, let's see. I know, Larissa, you've been waiting for your gold to move up. AU. Somebody asked about the changing colors. Yeah, so when the AI either takes a trade or gets out of a trade, it'll flash at you. And of course, you can put a sound alert on the window using right-click actions, and then, you know, just following the directions. And that's one of the beauty things about Trade Ideas, that you can put a sound alert on your alert windows. You put a different alert on each window, so that when you hear an alert, you know exactly which window to take a look, to take a look at. All right, guys, we're talking about the NVAX. Yeah, Maito is still. I mean, look, guys, this will probably be on the watch list for tomorrow. I mean, why? Look at the potential fill still, the void gap, whatever you want to call it, on the monthly chart, on the weekly chart, certainly on the daily chart. Mr. Real, good morning. TGNA, guys, TGNA is starting to drift down here in the Momo down. Okay, so what I want to do, and I'll pay a little more attention to it now going forward. Wow, now look at this. Yeah, I mean, now, will we have a trend? Oh, wow. Okay, guys, you can probably guess something right here. Remember I was saying, am I looking to short this Wi-Fi? Now, especially with the market doing what it's doing, I know it's an earnings play. So I did take the short, and now just kind of watching to see if it can down a little bit more. Because it is an earnings play. I mean, it was positive after hours, and it was positive for a great part of the day. There's a 100-point swing. Wow. All right, looks like well, here's gold and silver right at the top of the heap here. Gold and silver right at the top. I mean, I bet you these have been just swinging back and forth all day long. Of course they have. So we're seeing a lot of, look at all these precious metal stocks, AU, FSM, GORO, WPM, SA, KGC, SAND. These are all stocks near the high not Wi-Fi. Those first ones, 7 of them, all stocks near the highs of the day. BTG, USAS, all stocks near the high of the day, all precious metals, be they silver or gold or something else. Okay, Wi-Fi. APT. You guys are talking about APT. Mm-hmm. Did Delta keep its gains? No. So this is the one that Buffett put a bit of a stake into. So Delta's starting to sink. And American Airlines, man, oh man. Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean it's okay. We don't typically suspend payments anymore, but you can ask the question. I don't get involved at all in the accounting of this, okay? But you can ask the question. You can contact Kelly and ask. I don't get involved at all. I don't know. So when you say you're new and how does it work? You're new to this Trade Ideas itself, or are you a subscriber and you're wondering how it works? And can you hear me? Okay, okay. Well, how does Trade Ideas work? Well, you can create your own strategies. Okay, you can create alert windows. What we call alert windows. Everything is real time. So, for instance, you could create an alert window, saying, okay, with filters in place, So if you only wanted to see stocks with a minimum 500,000 shares, up 3%, price range of 10 to 60, tell me every time a stock, if it meets those filter requirements, makes a new high for the day, as an example, okay? So, I mean, we have tons of alerts and filters. And so you can create your own, I'm not going to go over them all, but here are all the alerts and filters. Alerts and filters. I'm not going to go over them all, obviously. So you can create kind of your own trading strategy, if you will. That's number one. Number two, I have a lot, what you're seeing on my screen is some of the scans that I'm sharing. So, you don't have to even know how to create scans and all, but if you click on the scans tab, you see there are a lot of scans that I'm sharing, and you're not a subscriber right now, but basically all you would do is you would just click on that link and then you would load that scan into your platform, okay? So there's a lot of sharing that can go on. Also, what I've done here is I've created a watch list up and down for you guys. So all you have to do is, we have a channel, what we call a channel bar, new channel bar, and then my windows. Hello, my windows. Yeah, say I think we're still having a server issues. Let me try it again. New channel bar. Yeah, we say we had a server outage last night, and I know there's still some little buggy things happening. Okay, so I have a green bar. Well, okay, if you've been able to, normally you'll see a bunch of channels here. One of them would be my channel, and then you would click on it, and you would load this window, or these three scans would load. And this is something I have constructed for everybody. There goes Wi-Fi. Yeah, our data feed is down. I'm just getting an alert, guys. Our data feed is down right now. Please do not rely on our real-time alerts. So luckily I was watching Wi-Fi. So that's not so our real-time alerts are down and our charts are down, okay? When I say down, they're not real time. Okay? Say this is something that happened actually last night, and it's taking a while for our servers to really catch up and get completely bug-free. This doesn't happen very often, but there's nothing we can do about it. I mean, it's just one of those things. Yeah, no, I understand. Everything is frozen. I do understand. So do not rely on the Trade Ideas charts right now. Do not rely on any real-time alert until a further notice. Yeah, I mean, we're getting well, obviously Robinhood had the big thing yesterday, and I guess it's continuing today. I'm understanding E-Trade even has issues today. These are unrelated to what we're going through. We literally had a circuit breaker crash last night, and so unfortunately, and again, so for that person who was asking, this is a trading simulator. I can't do anything with it right now, but it's part of the standard service, so you can actually practice paper trading, trading simulating. I'll get it. This is a trading simulator, so you can practice simulated trading. And it's all typically, I mean, again, our data is right now, yeah, we're way behind, but it's all real time. So I'm wondering if this is probably not correct. What is the Dow down now? Anybody? It's probably this is lagging too. I see 312 right now. Wow. Okay. So yeah, this is lagging then. No. All right. We definitely have a server farm in San Diego area and one other area. I don't know where. Yeah, it depends on the server. It literally it depends on the server you're on. All right, I'm just going to see whether or not we're back to some semblance of normality. Um, I need okay, here's an alert. Okay, now the other thing is, I think the person who wanted to know about the AI. Well, this is what the AI looks like, okay? You basically have this window, you load it before the market opens, or you can keep it as part of your layout, and you just wait for the alerts to happen. So obviously we had two tremendous ones here with the Mito and the Omer. Mito, I mean, at 290, it hit 499 or 5. The Omer, 1448. And it got all the way up to 1846. Those are obviously the two stars today. I haven't noticed that my IB feed is slowing down. Slowing down. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe KBH. Well, yeah. Sorry. I mean, we're having the server issues today, so I mean, I couldn't. I wanted to demonstrate. Well, let's see if I can. No, I can't demonstrate even the simulation, but you can always try us out. Our standard service is pretty powerful. It'd be $118 a month minus a 15% discount. Jeff, anymore, I don't know. I mean, obviously, we're trying to persuade people to use our real time simulator, okay? Why use IB simulator? Okay, why do that? Why sort of confuse the situation? Use our simulator. It's I know they've got paper trading. Yeah, I know. Before we had our simulator, yeah, we were, directing people they could use the IB simulator. But why do that? Why not use our simulator? I mean, it's so simple to use, and it's using our real-time data, which obviously it's just today is one of those things. But I mean, why not use ours? Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's why. I mean, using our simulator doesn't matter what brokerage account you have, and it's so simple to use. Front end charting. Not sure I know what that means. The simulator is free to use, absolutely. Well, you have to have a subscription. Well, it depends what you mean by free. I mean, you have to have a standard subscription to Trade Ideas. Okay, so the price. So you could always try us out, as I say, for $118 for that first month minus the promo code. The promo code you could use is, let me just get to the subscription link right there. If you click on the subscription link, at the very top, use promo code Barry4 Alpha, all in capital letters, so you get a 15% savings off the first month only, or the entire year. So if you just wanted to try us out for a month, standard 118 less than 15%. After that, if you kept this subscription, it would go to 118. Well, standard. I mean, what pricing? Okay, standard monthly plan. This we have standard and premium. Premium, basically, the big difference is just the AI and the ability to auto trade anything. Okay, if you want to auto trade anything, you need our premium service, and of course, then you get access to the AI Holly. If you don't care about that, then you can use the standard plan. Okay. And the other thing, well, and I'm glad you point that out, Stuart. I mean, the room is free like this every day. So anybody who's into the room today wondering, is this the way it is? Yes, it is. It's free every day, every day, Monday to Friday, noon, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Sharing my screen live on the mic. The TI scans, everything is real time. Okay, so if I wanted to trade this, there's a trill short as an example. It took a trill short. And this is an example of the auto trader in action. All right. It took the trade, 500 shares. So yes, it's all real time. And notice, you see the alert happened at 5:64. So I know I sort of nag here, but I mean, this is also it's real world too. So there was the alert at 5:64, could not get the trade at 5:64. You could get the trade at 5:62. Okay, because that's how fast it was moving. That's how fast it was moving. So it's real world too. Yeah, so this room is like this. We also have all the training, noon. I'm on a YouTube feed right now. You can always follow me on YouTube also. Okay, let me just give you the YouTube link. The difference is that there's no interaction with other traders. Okay, but basically it is. Let's bring it up. There's the YouTube feed, and it's it is up to date. It's if I click on an alert, KBH, there it goes. So there's the YouTube feed. So there's hardly any lag whatsoever. But we also, and so let me just get you the link for anybody who's interested in following it on YouTube. Here we are. So I'll just put this in here. This is the YouTube link. Okay. Okay, guys, let me just close one window down. Okay, so that, yeah, there's the YouTube feed, and so if you can follow on YouTube. So I'm gonna be taking my break pretty soon. So this is something that we should. I like having the max P&L and the distance from the exit price. Why that's first of all, if you were up $182, you should never let it get down to only being up 65. Okay, in my opinion, anyway, you should take some out. If you're using the simulator, treat it like it's your real money. So that's why I have this column. This shows you, okay, getting in at 562, what would have been the maximum I could have made if I got out right at the top? I'm not saying that you can get out at the top, but you shouldn't let it drift down that much. So I'm just looking at the Trill candle. You see what's happening there. I mean, a $5 stock and it added 30 cents. Well, I don't know if there's any more virus news. I mean, notice mRNA has not moved at all, really. Codex is a virus stock, but it's still negative. Let's say AHPI is a virus stock. It is on the move. Lake, of course, Lake and Apt. I know earlier on was a big pop for it pre-market. Really done nothing, but I would keep an eye on this one. I know. I mean, it hit what 574 in the pre-market, so I would keep an eye on this. See if it has another move. It's got now 568. What did it get to in the pre-market? So it just popped a little bit above that candle in the pre-market. So that might stall it again. Well, I don't know. It's very possible that we're still having delay. Let me see HBI. I just got an alert for HBI, 1235. Yeah, we're still getting a delay. Okay, guys. So again, do not rely on the traded days charts or the real-time data right now. Sorry. Well, with that, I'm going to take a break. Maybe when I come back, it'll be good to go. But yeah. I don't know if Toka is. I can't remember anymore. There's so many of these. I mean, it's a bio, of course, but I don't know if it's actually. I can't remember. I don't think it is. Aren't these the guys that had something to do with the University of Pittsburgh or one of the one of the universities? Is this a diabetes play or? I just can't remember anymore, guys. Too many in the last 3 weeks. Yeah, Toka had earnings also on the 27th. All right. Oh, that's right. That was that all stock, that Forte and Tokagen. Yeah. My memory used to be pretty, but there's just too many of these bios that have been so active over the last 3 weeks. I just losing track of why some of them are running or not. The initial reaction is that they're all virus stocks, but of course they're not. Ah, sorry, I had my audio off. Sorry about that. So I think what I'll start doing now is taking my break right around noon instead of 11:45, because what happens at noon to 1, we have the Q&A, live Q&A session. You click on the links right there and you can join it's from our YouTube feed. It's sort of, it's going to be like well, not like, it is the Trade Ideas channel. So I'm in it from 9:05 to just up to noon. Then the other guys take over from 12 to 1. I resume at 1 and go to 3. Oh yeah, there's still issues, guys. So it looks like this is going to be all day. Okay, so Jeff, there's no such thing as a silly statement, honestly. Okay, don't be shy about asking questions. I mean, it's a good question. I mean, obviously, transportation markets are hit because companies, the retailers, and especially a lot of stuff coming out of China. But you're right. I mean, as the supply chain gets back to normal, you would think maybe they would rally. Yeah, there was a data outage last night, and it is taking. Unfortunately, I'd like to. Unfortunately, it's not just flipping a script. Yeah, that's why. So this is ongoing because you can see it is coming and going. When I clicked on the new channel bar before, just about, well, now it's come back, you see? So this is coming and going. Yeah, again, the Robin Hood and people are saying, okay, guys, I'm actually going to leave now. We're trying to figure out a way to make it more seamless, to keep the YouTube channel just like a radio station passing on one to the next. But I'm going to have to, I'm going to close down now, and I'm closing down the YouTube feed. Not that anybody, well, if you're listening to me on YouTube, that you'll be affected. Anybody in the room, of course, doesn't really matter. But So I'm going to shut their YouTube feed down now.